Good morning. Happy Monday. It is Monday the 20th. Wow, really counting down to the last few days of 2021. What's fun though is that we're going to have a little conversation today around what you need to be doing over the next 10 days from a finances perspective to make sure that you have a real clear path ahead for 2022. I hope everyone had an awesome weekend, sold a bunch of houses, listed a whole bunch more. Was that your weekend? Did I just describe it to a T? Come on, raise your hand. Who did that? I know some of you did. Hey, and so I experienced something this past weekend that I wanted to just pass along to you from a customer service and satisfaction perspective. As many of you know, Steve and I, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then into yesterday, moved my grandmother from Long Island up to Ridgefield, and we hired this moving company to pack her up on Friday and then unpack her on Saturday. I'm going to tell you what, movers get a really bad rap, sometimes as bad as the rap that realtors get, right? And so here's why this is an important comment. These folks, there were 6 guys on Friday to pack and then 3 guys on Saturday to unload it all. I'm going to tell you what, each and every one of them was kind, courteous, professional, efficient, just so in tune with our needs and getting the job done and getting it done well. I couldn't help but think every step of the way, is this the kind of experience that we are offering to our clients? Do our clients hire us? And every step of the way, are they stepping back saying, wow, I just can't believe how great this is. I can't believe how awesome she is in terms of proactively calling me. I can't believe how awesome he is at troubleshooting things before even I have to bring them to their attention, right? Are we offering the same kind of out of the gate, hands down, mind-blowing customer service experience that we experienced over this past weekend? When you have awesome, and so here's one more example of that. Steve and I went to see Andrea Bocelli on Thursday night and went out to dinner at a restaurant called Rossini's on the East Side. If you're looking for a new place in New York and you've never eaten at Rossini's and you like really good Italian and you like top quality service, for those of you who go to a restaurant 50% for the service and 50% for the food, this is the place for you, right? Because I'm going to tell you what, people at Rossini's, they know how to treat you. The food is also delicious, but they know how to treat you. So just a couple of real just reminders of how important an awesome customer service experience actually is, because think about it. I'm now talking about both the restaurant and the movers to all of you on Monday morning. When your clients have a closing or are in a process of buying or selling with you, are they going back to their place of business or their next family gathering? And are they talking about you the way I'm talking about Rossini's and Hall Lane moving? Right? Just think about that. Because if they're not, you've got to figure out why and how to correct that. If they are, that's awesome. Let's make sure that we can continue making that a priority. All righty, so that's just a little snippet of that's been in my head over the weekend. A couple of quick calendar announcements for you this morning. Busy day today, so 11:30 and 3 o'clock. We will have pretty much our last meeting / conversation around the new DCP rules about what you can call yourself and your business. I just want to be clear that this is not just for teams. I think there's been some misinformation or misunderstanding around these new rules and how they affect you. If I'm Rick Scott and I call myself Rick Scott Realty Group and I'm not a team, I can't do that starting January 1st. Right? So all of these new rules, regardless of whether you're an official team or not, could affect you The only way they don't affect you is if you just call yourself your name, not Your Name Realty or Your Name Realtors or Your Name Partners or just your name. If you call yourself anything else, you need to be on at 11:30 or 3 o'clock today to understand how those rules affect you. For those of you who have been on the previous ones, that's mostly Rainmakers of Teams. I do have some updated information and at least my advice about how to move forward with the changes that are occurring in a couple of weeks. So that's 11:30 and 3 o'clock. The content will be the same. The questions may be different, but the content will be the same. So you only have to be on one unless you choose to be on two. And then in the middle of all of that, we do have a 1 o'clock Capper Mastermind, and we do have a 2 o'clock Rainmaker Mastermind. We're going to finish the year with our Cappers and our Rainmakers, 1 o'clock and then 2 o'clock. And then tomorrow at 1 o'clock is the All Agent Business Mastermind. So a busy final week of masterminds for everyone. And just to give you a heads up, we are evaluating and we'll have an answer for you likely later today as to January 13th. That may our January 13th party may have to take a back seat. Again, we are really working hard to make sure that is not the case, and yet I think the writing's on the wall a little bit on that one. So just stay tuned for that decision. We're working with the Hyatt right now to figure things out, and we'll get back to you later today. So I know a bunch of you have been asking, is it, are we, aren't we? We will have that decision for you by day's end. All righty. Who wants to talk about money? Like my favorite topic. All right, let's talk about it. So today, I wanted to, as we close the year, just make sure that we had a quick conversation about closing the year and money as a business owner, right? Because everybody on this call is a business owner. And so when you're a business owner, ending the year with regards to how you close out your business and what you do to make sure that next year is even more spectacular is pretty specific. And you've got to start by closing the books, right? And so what does that mean? I say that all the time, and people kind of scratch their head and say, what is he talking about? Close the month, close the year. So here are a few financial exercises, right, to do this time of year to make sure you have all the info you need to really kill it in 2022. Number one, close the year properly. And for business owners, that means completing and reviewing your profit and loss statement for 2021. What was your income versus your expenses? When you review your income versus your expenses, you determine for the year whether or not you were profitable, right? Remember, just because you made money doesn't mean that your business was profitable. Those are two separate things. And so that's why I'm encouraging you to complete and review your profit and loss statement. Now, if you haven't kept up a profit and loss all year long, which, by the way, when you're a business owner is not really a great way to run your business, because then you're guessing at your profits, take some time over the course of the next 10 days and just list out your income from real estate and list out your expenses from real estate from the previous year. You can put a quick P&L together. It doesn't have to be as detailed as maybe you want or need it to be. But for a review purpose, you can list these two things out and then just do the math. Was it a profit? Was it a loss? Remember, you have to gather all your expenses for your accountant to do your taxes in the next 6 weeks anyway. I know some of you wait until the night of the 14th of April to get all that together and then run it over before 5 o'clock to the accountant, hoping that they can get your tax return together by the next day, right? Also not the best plan. So do yourself a favor and proactively gather all that information if you don't have it already over the course of the next 10 days so that you're just ready for your accountant. So that's step number one, complete your profit and loss and then review it. Did you earn a profit or were you at a loss? Number two, allow what you discover when you review your profit and loss statement to inform your decisions moving forward. There is absolutely no purpose for you doing exercise number 1 if you're not going to then do exercise number 2. Exercise number 2 is, what is this telling me, right? Did I have a profit in 2021? How much of a profit? Is that what I desire from 2022? If so, what actions am I going to take to replicate that process and those profits? If you're looking for more from 2022 than what you earned in 2021, what additional or different activities are you going to create that increased profits? If you had a loss, how am I going to not have a loss in 2022? What activities am I focused on to create profit instead of loss in the next 12 months? And so when you start asking yourself those questions and allow the information from exercise 1 to inform your decisions about your business for 2022, the simple path forward is write a small business plan, right? We call it a 1-3-5. What's the one goal supported by 3 priorities? And each of those 3 priorities then is supported by 5 action items, a 1-3-5. That's just a small little business plan around your profit, around your goal. So you write a small business plan and then you implement. So step 1, complete the profit and loss. Step 2, evaluate it and determine profit, loss, and what do I want from 2022. Step number 3, update, or for some of you, create and actually look at your personal balance sheet for the year end. I want you to review, calculate and review your net worth. Don't judge it, just review it. It's just a number. It just tells you where it is, whether it's negative, 0, or positive. It just tells you where you are, right? It's like opening a map and it says you are here. You can't get someplace else until you know where you're starting. So just evaluate your personal balance sheet, review that net worth, and then decide where you want that number to be 1 year from now. How much do you want your net worth to increase? Do I want my net worth to go from negative to positive? Do I want it to go from negative to 0 so then I can move some from 0 to positive? If you're already positive, how much more do you want it to increase? So ask yourself those questions about your net worth. And then you got it. Write a small business plan around how you're going to get from where you are to where you want to go, and then implement. Remember, guys, it's impossible for you to wake up a year from now and have things be different if you're not planning for it and starting to take different action today, right? There are things in your life and in your business that take time to achieve. But if we don't carve out the time today to actually set those things in motion, we wake up a year from now, nothing's changed, and we're irritated. So don't do that, right? Don't do that. Here's a bonus for you. So there's your 1, 2, and 3. Here's a bonus. Review your current debt. Do you have any debt that is not your primary residence? And if so, what if you set a goal of eliminating that debt in 2022? Be really clear that you will not carry that debt into 2023. A reminder, debt is the #1 killer of your ability to successfully build wealth. So let's just dump it. Let's just get rid of it. Figure out what that current level of debt is, and then convert that number. Okay, I have $50,000 in debt. Great. So if you earn $10,000 from every closing that you have, and you have $50,000 in debt, that means you have to sell 5 extra houses. I would add 1 for good measure. You sell 6 extra houses over the course of the next 12 months. How are you going to sell 6 extra houses so that you can run your life and run your business and earn that extra money to get rid of that debt? You guessed it, you're going to write a small business plan, a 1-3-5, specifically around retiring that debt, and then implement it. right? Whatever that debt might be. Are you carrying credit card debt? Are you carrying car payments? Are you carrying a student loan? Are you whatever that debt might be? What if we made a pact to not carry anything save our primary residence into 2023 from a debt perspective? We'll work on getting rid of the debt on the primary residence in 2023. How's that? You can look forward to that conversation a year from today. But let's get there first, because if you're continuing to carry debt, it's holding you back. And this whole conversation around building wealth starts to sound like somebody else's life, right? So let's not have it sound like somebody else's life. Let's have it sound like your life and just create a plan to get rid of the debt so that you can earn at a level that you can use those funds that you earn to purchase assets that create that passive income and build your wealth over time. Guys, your finances are no different than anything else. They require time and attention and a clear vision backed up with a specific plan and then execution on that plan. I'm going to say that again. Your finances are no different than anything else. They require time and attention and a clear vision backed up with a specific plan and then execution of that plan. So let's just decide today to get on purpose about that, about your financial health for 2022, so that a year from today, we can look back and say, wow, you know what? I made really cool decisions and I acted on those decisions. And here's how much further I am today. But you got to start it today. Guys, I hope this was helpful. I look forward to seeing many of you throughout the day. Remember, 11:33, 1, 2, you got a whole ton of stuff going on. Check the calendar. And if we don't see you during the day, we'll certainly see you back here tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Have a great day. See you soon.